Okay, it's November, and we got to talk about beards, fundraising, songs, job openings here at Simplex IT, trade shows we did last month, CompTIA work I'm doing, uh, cloud-based training, IT Nation, and the webinars. Let's get right to it. First of all, my beard. For those of you who have been noticing, this thing is getting ridiculously longer, and that's because Adam Evans, securities are here, roped me into being part of, actually it's pretty cool, a fundraiser where about 18 to 20 of us in the industry, mostly in the cybersecurity world, are trying to raise over $100,000 for various charities, and we've done it. Now, here's the thing. We are still raising money. So we are identifying additional charities, and it's basically in $5,000 or $10,000 blocks, and all the money is going to the charities. And I actually even wrote a song, helped by my guy I used to do improv with for a long time, Matt Dolan, who's ridiculously talented on the musical side. So there's a link to that song, and it actually is a quasi-serious song. This is embarrassing. So if I can be roped into doing that, you can afford to give $25. So here's a link to the video and also a link to the beard fundraiser. It's still going on. Second thing, not quite as silly. We've still got a couple of job openings here. One is a mid-level tech, and also we're looking for a sales assistant. So here's a link for those openings. And if you want to work with us, now's your chance. Last month, we actually had a new trade show exhibit that Patty and her team put together, and we actually had two manufacturing trade shows. One, because we had a lot of schedule hiccups going on, I actually had to man a booth for 2 days at a trade show. I don't attract people for some reason. But then Patty and Ryan were handled the next trade show, and people actually like talking to them. I don't understand why, but it was really great to get out and talk with people and create what we hope are some great relationships with some organizations. So here's a picture of our new trade show booth. I was also in Nashville at CompTIA's quarterly meeting. Now, CompTIA, for those of you who don't know, they are ones primarily known for their IT certification, A+, Network Plus, and they're vendor neutral, so they're not a Microsoft certification or a Cisco certification or the like. They are industry-wide, but they also do a ton of other things. And they do this through basically steering committees. And I'm one that is specifically about channel relationships, meaning organizations that resell IT services. And we do a lot of interesting work there. Also did some training, some cloud training, where I took some cloud training. I was in Chicago for a couple of days on getting a better handle on Azure offerings and the like. And we also had several IT people who did some similar training, but on the more technical side. That happened also last month in Cleveland. And then 4 of us are actually going to ConnectWise's IT Nation next week down in Orlando. And anybody wants to meet up there, let me know. Happy to talk, especially those of you MSPs who are interested in talking about co-managed services. I'm happy to chat with you, give some thoughts on that. And then finally, we've got another webinar coming up on the 29th of November, and this is actually going to be with KeyBank and our security buddies over at PAX 8, and we're going to be talking about the 12 cyber crimes of Christmas. I don't know if there's going to be music. I don't think so, but we'll see. But anyway, we're going to be talking about, because it's the end of the year, the bad guys always do a final push because they know we're busy. We've got a lot of things going on. It's easier to fool people, convince people that messages and requests for information are legitimate. So join us, and we'll talk about some of the most popular ways that the bad guys are getting through. So cool. And there's a link here for that. See you next month.